Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first video speaking in front of my camera, so I would like to start with a short introduction of myself. I am Ronan. I went to Peking University for my undergraduate studies with a major in international politics and a minor in sociology. I graduated from Oxford last year with an MSc in sociology. I'm currently in London, but I'm going back to Oxford this autumn to start my DPhil in sociology. Throughout the journey of growing into who I am today, I have had so many experiences that offered me great, valuable lessons to take. I would like to share with you what I have learned from my own experiences, with the hope that you can take something away that may be helpful for your own development. So for today's video, I would like to share with you what I have learned from a devastating time when I got rejected 7 times in a row when I was applying for my graduate schools. It was in late January 2020, the first day of Chinese Lunar New Year. I was sitting by the table chatting with my grandma when my phone vibrated. I picked up my phone and the notice was an email from a university, which was my safety school. I opened the email and I got rejected. I got rejected by my safety school on the first day of Chinese Lunar New Year. I was like, thanks a lot. I can never ask for a better New Year gift. Well, I wasn't that cool to joke about myself. I was disappointed and sad. But I kept that bad news to myself because I didn't want to ruin my family's holiday mood. A few days later, I was alone in my bedroom and my phone cruelly told me that I got rejected again, this time by Berkeley. Berkeley was one of my dream schools because 2 of my favorite sociologists work there. So if I could say that the first time I didn't feel that I wanted to cry because everyone gets rejected, but this time I couldn't help it. I just sat down onto my floor by my bed and I started crying. I had this private post for myself to keep that moment. I got my second rejection letter. My hands are shaking so hard now that I almost couldn't type. But it is going to be okay, right, Ronan? So you see that when I get upset, I usually have this comfort talk with myself. But at that moment, I really didn't know whether it would be okay. And it was not okay, at least for another 33 days. In the following months, I got rejected one by one by Harvard, Wisconsin-Madison, Pennsylvania, University of Toronto, University of British Columbia. I got panicked when I got rejected by the latter 2 universities in Canada because I applied for their master's programs. You see, for the 5 universities in the US, I applied for their PhD programs, and I already accepted the fact that it was just hard for an international undergraduate to directly get into a PhD program in the US. But I thought I should be a strong candidate for master's programs, but still I failed. So I started to question myself. I started to question all the work I did for my applications. I did my applications all by myself. I didn't want to bother anyone with my own business. And also I had this weird obsession that I wanted to prove myself that I could do this alone. I could do this all by myself. Looking back, it was quite stupid because the real goal was to get into a graduate school rather than trying to be a lone hero. That was my dark months when I got no hope at all. So I was at home at that time, and one of the channels on our television was a movie theater channel. So it had different sections of themes, and for each theme, it would play a movie over and over again. I was familiar with all the themes, all the sections it offered, but one day during that dark month, out of nowhere, a new section showed up, and the section was called Inspiring. And I was joking with my dad. This section seemed to show up for me. It was playing The Shawshank Redemption. I had heard recommendations about this movie so many times, but I didn't watch it until then. And I was deeply touched. I was in tears when I saw Andy trying to make it through that disgusting pipe from his prison cell to his freedom. I felt like that I was in that disgusting pipe in my own life. It was tough, but maybe if I made it through, I could arrive somewhere that was beautiful. I am a person who believes that everything happens for a reason. So looking back, I intend to believe that the movie was like a hint sent by the universe, and the universe was telling me that I should keep going. So by that time, I had 7 rejection letters in my hand, 2 unknown boxes yet to open, and not a single offer. But I decided to stop waiting for good luck. Instead, I started applying for more schools. This time, I reached out to my friends, asking for their help, asking for their advice and opinions about my written work, about my research proposals, my personal statements. And I indeed found that there was quite a lot of space for me to improve them. So on March the 2nd, I submitted my new applications for LSE in Manchester. 2 days later, on March 4th, I got my first offer from University of Chicago. Half a month later, I got admitted by Oxford, and over a month later, I got offers from both LSE and Manchester. So this was one of the tough periods in my life. What I have learned from this experience are these 3 things. First, it is okay to be rejected. Being rejected does not belittle who you are. Being rejected does not deprive you of your self-worth. It leads you to a place that best suits you. And the second, ask for help. It is not necessary trying to be a lone hero. It is not necessary trying to do everything by yourself, because every one of us has our own limits. And when you ask for help, you can always get some new perspectives, some new information that you never thought about. And the third, the most important thing is to remember that everyone's life has ups and downs. If you ever find yourself stuck at the downside in your life, I can assure you that it is okay. You are not alone. It can happen to everyone. Just give yourself some time, some patience, take very good care of yourself, and slowly gather hope and courage to solve the problems you have and to keep going. It might be a nasty pipe, but once you make it through, you will find yourself arrive at a place that has everything reminding you that what you have gone through just worth it. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I hope to see you soon.